Hello, everyone. Welcome to No Money, No Honey. This is Dr. Love, and today I have a pretty crazy doozy for you guys. So let's get into it. Today's episode is my girlfriend proposed the idea of us having an open relationship so I can have sex with other people. Folks, this is a male who is 26 and his girlfriend is 21. Let's get into this. Okay, so a few things before I explain the whole story. We met on Tinder in summer of 2020 and are together since October of 2020. We have a middle distance relationship, 62 miles, and mostly see each other on the weekend and spend holidays together. In the last year of our relationship, which I'm going to presume that was last year, 2022, my girlfriend and I had a really small amount of sex because her low sex drive. And later, she's repulsed by it. Folks, let's go ahead and remind you, those of you who are watching this video, that this girl is actually 21 and he's 26. Okay. In the first few months into the relationship, this was quite the opposite. We have often had sex over 3 times a day, and then she initiated it very often. In the fall of 2021 or autumn of 2021, her mental health got worse significantly, and she basically lost all of her sex drive. Buddy, I'm going to stop here and say her mental health didn't get significantly worse. The fact you guys were in a long-distance relationship was the excitement. When she realized that she got tired of having sex with you, it was time to start bagging somebody else. But let's continue. So pretty much from the fall of 2021, when her mental health got worse, she basically lost all her sex drive. We had a talk and decided not to have sex again until she initiates it. This screams beta from this man. This man seems extremely weak and pathetic. Again, I'm not always going to bash the guys because there's certain situations where you have a strong man who just happens to come across, a brick wall. But in this case, the fact that this man was okay and complacent with this, and he was complicit with agreeing to this, then for sure we know what kind of man we have. So yes, everyone knows we have a beta. So they didn't have sex until May of 2022. We didn't have sex, and we did the hand stuff once or twice when she initiated that. Since May, we had sex around 0 to 2 times a month. Her sex drive didn't return to what it was before, but I'm happy with it. This guy is unbelievable. How do men like this exist? It's crazy, but apparently they do. So he claims he's happy with getting a hand job once every 2 months from his girlfriend. Meanwhile, his 21-year-old girlfriend at the peak of her life is claiming to have no sex drive and is probably banging everybody else who is able to satisfy her. So there's some things that I'm going to go into here, and I don't know. It might be right, it might be wrong. I'm interested to find out you guys' take on this. So, as he claims, by now, you probably figured that my sex drive is significantly higher than hers. That's what this guy is saying. It's not crazy. I try to initiate 1 to 3 times a week. She often says later. So after like 2 to 6 hours, I try again. If the answer is later again, I don't try again until the next day or just masturbate. Wow. Since May, having sex became quite a procedure. She is a bit germophobic and takes female hygiene very seriously. So we both have to shower before and her after as well. Use clean sheets or towel under us, and most activities need a condom. None of these things were necessary before, but I try to support it and do all the things. Interesting. She told me late last night that most of the time since May, she didn't really want to have sex, but she doesn't want to deny me of it. I felt really bad because I always ask her for consent, but this way I feel like she didn't really consent it. Interesting. She claimed that I tried to initiate too often, and after a few times she feels bad for me, telling me no. So she just wants to get it over with. Wow, a 21-year-old girl who is in a relationship with a 26-year-old man 2 years later is taking this as a chore. So clearly there's no joy or there's no pleasure she's getting from this. She asked what would I say if we open up our relationship. Uh-oh. I told her that I don't want an open relationship since she's the woman I'm interested in and I don't want anybody else. Red flag number 5,000, sir. You have been, all this entire article has been full of red flags, and this exactly explains why your woman is the way she is with you. Let's continue. I asked her why she had the idea, and she told me that she doesn't want anybody else. Lie. But if she had an open relationship, I could have sex with other people, so I don't have to go to her for sex. Okay. I told her I don't want to have sex with anybody else but her, and I don't think that's going to change. I told her that I could go cold turkey again with her and wait till she wants me again. And to this, she said she wants me satisfied and doesn't want to put me through that again, and to think about the open relationship thing too. TLDR, girlfriend lost her sex drive and asked if I want an open relationship so I can have sex with other people and not bother her with sex. Wow. Okay, folks, like I said, this is a doozy. I mean, I'm at loss for words. Usually I have something to say, but this one just floored me. One is, what really floors me is not the fact that the woman is doing what she's meant to do, which is be a woman, which is play games, which is use womanese, which is, say certain things that would seem that she's saying one thing, but she's really saying another thing, which is not be extremely direct with what she actually wants, which is not being mature. I mean, she's doing a lot of things that we see a typical woman within her age range would do, especially at 21. What I'm floored by and what I'm speechless by is how clueless this man at 26 years old can be. So there's a couple of things that I'm going to say I feel here. I feel here that this guy was probably not raised by a man. He probably didn't have a father in his life or a man in his life to give him direction. And if he did, that man was probably relegated to just being a figurehead or somebody who had no say or no claim in his life whatsoever. The reason why is because any man who was raised or who has a male influence in his life will be intelligent enough to see what's going on, especially with the woman who's 5 years younger than him, who is probably, maybe been in a few relationships, but you presume this guy has more experience, just basically life experience than this woman, just based on the sheer number of years they've lived, on this earth, respectively. So in this case, it seems like this guy is not just clueless, but he's also what we consider an extreme beta. He's soft, he's weak, he's pretty pathetic. And his girlfriend is cheating on him. So a lot of you might not want to say this, but I'm going to come out and say this. And sorry if you're watching this video, if you happen to ever come across or stumble across this video, or if you are one of these men who are actually in a similar situation, let me break it down to you. Let me be honest with you. The minute your woman stops screwing you is because she's getting satisfied by somebody else that she doesn't want to jeopardize that feeling. Let me put it this way. Men never go back sexually in life, right? So meaning a man has a great sexual experience, he doesn't go back and have, a terrible sexual. Now, not saying that he can't have sex with somebody and the sex be bad. What I'm saying is he's always going to seek that person who gave him that extreme, that great experience, right? The same way a woman never goes back financially. When a woman is younger and she's still trying to find herself, where she's not really looking to date down, if you will, what she then does is she goes based on, what they call Darwin's theory, right? So the biggest, fastest, strongest person is the one that gets everything, usually at a young age. She's not really concerned about the extreme materialistic things that the man has. So she's really looking more for a man who's going to satisfy her immediate animalistic desires. So she's looking for the sexual satisfaction. She's looking for things that are definitely out of what you would typically expect from a woman who's maybe in her 30s, who's now looking for more stability and security. So in this case, this woman is, claiming not to want to have any sexual desire with her boyfriend. And I'm going to say it's probably due to 3 reasons. Reason number 1 being that this guy's probably terrible in bed. Reason number 2 is that maybe this guy's, stuff or tool is small and it doesn't give her satisfaction. And then reason number 3, she's probably just not into him, right? He just comes across as a square, as somebody who is extremely, soft, weak male, pretty weak male, pathetic. And she's getting that bad boy love. But then there's something about certain types of women who are actually nice or kind. And I'm going to use the word nice or kind. It doesn't have anything to do with her promiscuity. It has to do with her nature, her personality. So her personality might be nice or kind. And because she has a nice or kind personality, now she's in a position where she doesn't want to hurt this guy. So she's making so many suggestions. So let me tell you what's going to happen here, okay? Because this is just like it's like a movie that plays over and over and over and over. And it depends on who you are. If you watch this movie, you're going to already know what the end looks like. And I'll tell you the end before we even get there. So the end is like this. Woman suggests open relationship. Woman claims open doesn't want to participate in open relationship, only wants man to participate in open relationship. Woman eventually admits to being a participant in open relationship. Woman breaks up with man due to the fact that they don't have enough time and they don't have enough common ground together based on the new open relationship rules they have. Woman starts dating new guys she meets in open relationship. How many of you guys that have been married, been in an open marriage or open relationship have gone through this before? Let me guess. I would say every single one of you. The reason is because when an open relationship is suggested, what that's trying to say is, hey, let's open ourselves up and let's see if there's anything else that's better than what I'm getting at home. The only reason she's suggesting for an open relationship is not because she feels bad for you, that she feels like, oh man, you're not getting this every night and I know you're horny every day. No, she can give two craps about how you feel or what your balls are dealing with, right? What she truly wants is the freedom to be able to say, wait, guess what? We agreed to this. So when she decides to start screwing, Billy or Chad or whoever the guy with the, big dong is going to be given to her at night, then what's going to happen is now you're in a situation where you're saying, oh, I don't know what happened, but and then guess who's the one that gets to suffer? You. Guess who's the one that gets to lose out? You. If you're in a marriage and you are in an open relationship or open marriage, and a divorce does happen due to the open relationship or open marriage, guess who can't go to the court and scream infidelity? You. So man, at this point, you have to be intelligent, right? Again, all of these stories are not to tell you, hey man, bad, you need to be so stupid or you don't have any control on your life or whatever the case is. What this is trying to do is simple, and it's to tell you, protect your seed, protect your wallet, protect yourself. The reason is there are no protections out there for men. It's a fact. Men who can't pay child support end up in jail. Women who can't support their children or take care of their children end up in Section 8. Section 8 and prison are two different things. So you decide, do you want to be the guy who ends up getting everything, losing everything, getting everything taken from him? Or do you want to be the guy who's intelligent enough to say, man, I dodged a bullet? In this case, I think 27-year-old guy is doomed for disaster. Ladies, if you're intelligent enough, you find this man because this is a sucker waiting to be taken advantage of. Till the next video, I'm out. Peace.